Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Rachel. I am a speech language pathologist turned homeschool mom to two boys, a kindergartner and a second grader. I can't believe I'm saying that, a kindergartner and a second grader. And in today's video, we are going to do the August wrap up for the 2024 to 2025 school year. So let's jump right into this video. We are first going to talk about my second grader's main subjects, his math, language arts, handwriting, drawing, specifically for my second grader. So we are going to start with, let's talk about language arts. We are doing language arts from the Good and the Beautiful level 2. We have completed in the month of August, I think 10 lessons. I'm looking down at my notes. We've done 10 lessons in this curriculum. He's enjoying it. So we're learning in our booster cards some sounds that have some irregularities, like when K, N are together, it's a silent K. He also learned about the Q, U combination for qua, and now we are on the OR for for like worm and world. So he's learning some irregular sound combinations for reading, and he is doing great at all the grammar and the spelling as well. So we're loving this. This is an all-in-one curriculum for language arts. Definitely, I probably in third grade will do a spelling curriculum because I don't think enough spelling is taught in this, but right now he is a second grader, and really spelling should really heavily start in third grade from my understanding and my knowledge. So third grade is when we will add another spelling curriculum, but so far we are loving this. And for handwriting, my second grader is doing handwriting without tears. We were using another curriculum last year, but I went back to handwriting without tears because we used it in kindergarten and preschool for him. It is so much better than other curriculums in my opinion. So we picked up with the yellow book for him because that is where I think he really needs extra practice on. So he's doing great on that. With his letter formations, because sometimes he gets going and like forgets to, like he'll start the D but then doesn't finish the D, or start the A and doesn't finish the A. So it's like little things like that when he gets going writing that he forgets, and you know, it's good to just have some extra practice for handwriting. He asked me this year for a drawing curriculum, so we're using the Good and the Beautiful level 1 drawing. He's done a few little drawing pages in this curriculum. This curriculum is really like straightforward. It has just step-by-step instructions, so really liking this so far for his drawing practice. And now math, he is doing Singapore Dimensions level 2A. We have done all of chapter 1 for the month of August. Chapter 1 was learning all about how to use and manipulate numbers from 0 to 1,000, really learning about place value, greater than, less than, just lots of good practice, and also reading them out loud and being able to write them properly in the completely spelled out form and the number form and with commas. So really liking this curriculum for his math skills. So yeah, chapter 1 is in the books. So that was everything for my second grader. Now let's talk about my kindergartner. We are using the Good and the Beautiful level K for my kindergartner's language arts curriculum. We're using the old school version, so this is a little different than the updated one. This one, it tells you in the curriculum to go slow basically, and to review and to take your time. So we've completed 8 lessons in this curriculum, but why rush through it if you want to make sure they know the phonics skills? And that's what he's doing. We're really solidifying his phonics understanding when he is reading. He is so proud of himself. He read the other day a 7-word sentence. He was so proud of himself. So really liking this, really just focusing on the phonics skills for his early reading skills, putting those 2 words together, or two 2-letter sounds together to make words, doing 3-letter sounds to make words, and also sight words. So that's what we're heavily focusing on in this curriculum so far. Along with his language arts, we're doing a Learning Without Tears for handwriting, the Kickstart to Kindergarten. We're doing just a page maybe every other day, just really solidifying his good handwriting skills and making sure he's completing the letters properly. And to go along with his language arts, they do have a lot of readers in the Good and the Beautiful curriculum, but I also have these from SONLIGHT. These are the little fun tales. These are very early phonics readers, and this is what I'm having him read every day. So these are so easy. So the first one is Pam, and there's just single or double words on each page, and they are very, very simple. So this is what we're doing every single day as well, just one book a day, so that he really has a good solid reading foundation. And if you hear my kids in the background, that is just life here. There's always kids making noise. Now for his math, we are using Singapore Dimensions Level KA. He has completed chapters 1 and 2 in the month of August. Some days he would choose to do 2 lessons a day. Like he loves math. I love teaching him math. It's been great doing math with him, let me just tell you that. Chapter 1 was all about matching, sorting, and classifying. So learning left and right, same and similar, looking for the one that is different, how does it feel, match the things that go together, and sorting. And now we're about halfway through chapter 2 already. Chapter 2 is numbers to 5. So being able to count to 5, and recognizing the numbers, the numerals for 1 to 5, and counting and matching. And this is where we're on right now. He's going to be starting writing his numbers in this curriculum. So loving this curriculum so far. I really like Singapore Dimensions Math. I have videos about this curriculum on my channel already. If you're interested, I'll try to link some of those videos in the description. But yeah, that is my kindergartner's single subjects, his core subjects that he is doing independently from his brother. Now for the subjects we are doing together as a family, let me talk about it. Now this year we are using SONLIGHT for the very first time. So we are doing the HBL Exploring Early American History, and we are loving it so far. So my philosophy for the start of this homeschool was to front load a lot of the reading. We did a kind of a slow start to school with a lot of reading to get them like used to, we're gonna be reading at every meal, we're gonna be reading at the couch, we're gonna do lots of reading together as a family. So I definitely, in the last 2 weeks of July, and then going into the school year, really picked up the pace of our reading. So we're actually all the way with our history on week 9, and with our literature, I think we're on like week 5 or 6. So we've really done a lot more in the HBL than just a month's worth of school. And one thing I will say with SONLIGHT is, I don't know how you can really stick to that reading schedule, especially for the literature, when your children are literally on the edge of their seats with listening to these books, and they're like, 1 more chapter, Mom. No, we gotta finish the book, Mom. Like, keep going, Mom. Like, those literature books, like, they just want more and more of. So I don't know how I'm gonna really stick to this schedule, because like on history, we're on week 10, on literature, we're on week 9, and like Bible, yeah. But let me get into what we did in August. So for history, we read The Very First Americans, we read The Three Pilgrims, we read If You Lived in Colonial Times. This book was very, very long. Had good information, just very long. And then we've done a few of the heroes and happenings. We did like Eric the Red and Leif Erikson and Christopher Columbus, and learned about the taxes. the British taxes that were unjust. And currently we are reading George versus George, but I don't have that one for some reason to show you. A lot of history reading we've done already. And for Bible, we are reading, and again, I don't have the Bible, but we are using the year 1 children's Bible from SONLIGHT. The last 2 years we've read the entire Old Testament, so this year we're actually starting with the New Testament. So again, we're not sticking to the SONLIGHT schedule with Bible, but we are reading from the Bible they provided. And for literature, this is what I'm telling you about. These were the books that my boys, we did not at all stick to just 1 chapter a day. Like, we definitely did more than 1 chapter. Let me show you the books. So we read Dolphin Adventure, we read Heartwood Hotel, A True Home, and we read Dolphin Treasure. Specifically for Heartwood Hotel, A True Home, something happens to the main character about halfway through the book, and one of my children was like, Mom, if you don't finish this, like, I'm gonna be devastated. So I literally had to read like half of a book during one of our school days because he was so invested in the main character of Mona. If your children are like that, please let me know in the comments down below, because my children, like, when we read books, sometimes they just we can't put it down, which is good, which is very good. And the book we are currently reading is The World According to Humphrey. And we're about, a third of the way done so far. But needless to say, we are loving the literature selections. And for science, my favorite subject to teach and to learn about, we are using Blossom and Root, Wonders of the Plant and Fungi Kingdoms. This is a year 2 curriculum. We are loving this so far. This is a literature-based curriculum, but it also has great video recommendations and a complete lab section. So what we do, we read the literature selections throughout the week, and then on our Fridays is when we do the videos, the lab experiments, and the journal pages. Like, I love this curriculum. So we've only done 2 units so far. The first was Living Sunlight, and the second was Plant Anatomy and Needs. And look, my little guy like created the cell drawing. I was so proud of him. I do not know where all the books are that we read for this curriculum. They're like scattered throughout my boys' rooms. But one of the main spines that we used through the first 2 units was The Plant by DK. And then also right now for unit 3, we are going through Ocean Sunlight. And there was another book by Molly Bang that we read for, I think it was called Living Sunlight. That was for unit 1. But really good book selections. I'm loving the book selections, loving the videos. Now, one fun book that we picked up for the math curriculum, I wanted to show this because this book was so cute. Circumference and All the King's Tens. It was learning about place value and learning about how you can organize numbers a lot easier if you group them by tens. This book was so funny, and it's a series. It's called like the Circumference series. So I was laughing, and it taught some really good information. So the Circumference series, check it out if you're interested in some fun math read alouds. Had to throw that in there. Last and certainly not least, the last curriculum is Art and the History of Me by Blossom and Root. It is a year 0 history and art curriculum. And we've done 2 weeks worth of curriculum so far in this. And the History of Me, they have a student notebook, and it asks like fun questions about like what your birthday is, where you were born, that kind of thing. So we've done 2 pages in the History of Me book so far. And then for the art, we have been learning about Claude Monet. We've been doing a read aloud called Linnea in Monet's Garden. And it's learning all about Monet's beautiful garden, and this little girl gets to see this garden. So we're learning about the history of Claude Monet. So we've been looking at 2 different paintings that Claude Monet did, and then we've been doing, on Friday, we've been doing an art project related to those paintings. So one was a tree where you were dabbing, like he's an impressionist, so he was used the dabbing technique to create beautiful paintings. And then the second art project we did was a mixed media of boats. So painting water and then using construction paper to make a boat. So we're enjoying that so far. I wanted to have an art curriculum that I didn't have to think about, that was done basically for me, and this has been really well. Now, there's also a composer study incorporated into this curriculum, and I'm probably not going to continue on with that. I'm not a musical person. It does not interest me learning about composers. So we did the first one. It was Erilyn Wallen. I don't know if we're going to continue with the composer unit. Definitely going to continue with the history of me component and the artist component, but maybe not the composer component. That's basically the only flop so far of all our curriculums, was that. Well, let me know in the comments how your August went, or if you were starting school at September, tell me what you're excited for in September. And with that being said, I hope wherever you are having a fantastic day. Thanks for watching. Bye.